Well, thank you very much, Abdul, for doing this. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching this. Abdul El-Sayed. If you live in Michigan, if you're a voter, and if you don't know him, you're probably living under the rock because Abdul is and has been in the news all over. He ran a very popular campaign to become the Democratic nominee to run for the Michigan gubernatorial race. Abdul, thank you very much for your time. Let me ask you first, how old are you?
I just turned 34.
Yes, because yesterday was your birthday,
That's right.
and you ran a very strong campaign to become the governor of your state at 33. Now that's an achievement in itself.
Well, we were not successful, but I also believe just age is a number. I knew that I believed in what Michigan could be under new leadership, and felt the responsibility to run and to serve. And I'm thankful for the opportunity and the 340,000 people who took a bet on a 33-year-old who wanted to be governor of the state of Michigan and felt like there was a message and a reason to run on. So.
Well, I'm sure you had something there. So now that your campaign is over, it doesn't seem like you're sitting and watching TV. You're very busy. You're doing something. What's up?
Well, it's about the work. It's not about the position. And democracy doesn't end with one election or one candidate. And I knew that we had built a really strong grassroots movement, and I felt the responsibility to call that movement to support other candidates who ran on our values. And so I'm stumping all over the state, frankly, all over the country for strong progressive candidates, and with the Democratic Party, trying to get folks elected. This is one of the most important elections of our lifetime because of what's at stake for poor and working folks in the state. And they're the people I serve, whether I was elected governor or not. It's about advocating for their rights, for universal health care, for access to a good job that pays a living wage, a union that represents your values and represents you as a worker, clean air, clean water, things that we deserve as citizens of the most powerful country and richest country in the world.
Now, I know part of your news coverage was that you could become the first Muslim governor of Michigan. I know that's not the only thing you ran for, but that was the thing in the news, and that was not just for you, but Rashida Ilhan Omar, who are now going to be congresswomen, first Muslim congresswomen. What are your thoughts on their election?
Well, I think their elections are historic and amazing. I'm really proud of both Rashida and Ilhan, folks that I've come to know really well and who I have a lot of respect for. I wasn't running to be the first Muslim anything, though. As I always said, I was a Democratic candidate who happened to be Muslim, and for me, the responsibility was to serve my community and the values that I know we share as Americans. And that is justice, equity, sustainability, and if it meant that I was going to be the first Muslim governor, so be it. And if not, so be it. But it was about running to provide leadership toward a set of values that I think we need more of in our country and in our state.
Now, quickly, one reason people are very energetic about the elections and politics, especially in the past few years, was since Donald Trump's election as the president. Now, President Trump has been in the news every day. I'm sure you have some thoughts on him too. But how do you talk about him going about your campaign and the local elections and all that?
I'll tell you this. I believe in an America that is true to our ideals, that all people are created equal, and that out of many we can come together and be one. I don't believe that President Trump represents that either in his rhetoric or in the way that he goes about doing politics, and I believe that this election season is about a referendum on our American values, and that's why I'm so confident in a strong, progressive, and democratic sweep. So, I feel really good about where we're headed. I worry a lot about what Donald Trump has done to our politics. And about how long it will take for us to repair it. But I do believe in a future that reminds us who we are and who we want to be, and that starts with getting out and doing the work. And if there's a silver lining in the cloud of Donald Trump, it's that so many people are getting involved in politics because they see that and they say, that's not us, that's not who we are. And that has gotten so many people up off the sidelines and onto the streets and into the neighborhoods and on the phones and on the doors, having conversations that are the core of our democracy, and I think that's a good thing.
Lastly, I know one reason your campaign was very popular is that a lot of people said you energized a lot of the folks, especially the young folks. You got them out. There was a huge voter turnout as well. What is your message to the to people who are watching now? What should they do to get more and more people to vote?
Keep coming. Democracy didn't end in 2016. That doesn't end in 2018. It's got to keep going. We often take for granted the rights of democracy, and we're unwilling to be involved in the responsibilities. And I think it's critically important that we get out there and we be a part of the process. And I'm so deeply thankful for all the folks who came out, whether for me or against me, right, to be a part of the democratic process. And don't give up now, right? Unfortunately, democracy is not as quick in its returns as looking up a song on Spotify or turning on the TV. It's not immediate gratification. It is long-term work, laying the groundwork for a vision for an America that we want to build. And I think we did our part to lay that groundwork, and we'll keep going.
Perfect. Abdul, thank you very much for your time, and happy belated birthday.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you having the conversation with me.
Thank you.